Imagine your bank account hits zero, not because you spent it, but because life decided to break you. One bad day. That's all it takes. One flat tire, one hospital bill, one job loss, and suddenly, you're not tight on money, you're collapsing. Most people think they're stable. They're not. They're walking on a tightrope with no safety net below them, just a long, silent fall into debt. But here's the real question. What if chaos had no power over you? What if one bad day didn't destroy your life? Because this isn't about saving money. This is about survival. This is psychological warfare. And right now, you're losing. The world doesn't want you secure. It wants you distracted. It wants you spending, because a distracted person is an easy person to control. Think about the last time you felt broke, that heavy feeling in your chest, that moment you checked your balance and looked away. Did the system help you fix it? No. It gave you an escape, a purchase, a distraction, a temporary hit of relief, and just like that, the pain disappeared, but the problem didn't. It grew. You're not living freely, you're running on a treadmill, endless, relentless, and if you slow down even for a second, the system eats you alive. This is the trap. Modern life isn't designed for stability, it's designed for consumption. Every ad you see, every notification, every limited time offer is engineered to drain your future. You think you're making choices. You're not. You're reacting. And the biggest weapon they use? Dopamine. That feeling when you buy something new, that rush, that I deserve this moment. It's not happiness, it's programming. Because no matter how much you buy, you always return to the same baseline. The new phone becomes normal. The new clothes feel old. The excitement fades. Every single time. But there's one thing that doesn't fade. Security. Security doesn't give you a spike. It gives you peace. And peace is something most people have never experienced. Let's talk about the truth, the uncomfortable truth. $1,000 is not safety. It's a delay. It's just enough to push the problem into next week. In today's world, $1,000 disappears instantly. Rent, bills, emergencies, gone. That's not protection. That's a tent in a hurricane. You don't need a tent. You need a fortress, a system, a buffer, a wall between you and chaos. Because when you have no buffer, everything becomes a crisis. Your car breaks down? Panic. A bill increases? Stress. Your job becomes unstable? Fear. That's not living. That's surviving. And survival mode destroys your ability to think. When you're broke, your brain changes. Your long-term thinking shuts down. Your fear center takes over. You stop making smart decisions. You start making urgent ones, bad ones, expensive ones. And the system depends on this, because when you panic, you don't think about interest rates. You don't think about long-term cost. You just want relief. And relief is always expensive. This is why being poor costs more. You pay more for convenience, more for credit, more for mistakes. It's a cycle, and it's designed to keep you in place. But here's where everything shifts. The moment you start saving, even a little, you change your position. You go from reactive to strategic. Every dollar you save isn't just money, it's time. Time you own, time you control, time no one can take away from you. Ask yourself this: if you stopped working today, how long would you last? A month? A week? A few days? If you don't own your time, you don't own your life. That's the truth. So we build, slowly, deliberately, not with big moves, but small ones. $10 a day, consistently, relentlessly, because discipline isn't about intensity, it's about repetition. And over time, something incredible happens. The pressure fades, the fear weakens, the control returns. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. But now we need to talk about the system itself, because even when you save, the system still works against you. Inflation eats your money, silently, daily.
Banks reward you with almost nothing while they use your money to profit massively. It's not fair. It was never meant to be. So you adapt. You don't keep everything visible. You don't make it easy to spend. You create distance, friction, control. Because the biggest threat isn't the system, it's you. Your impulses, your habits, your need for instant gratification. So you protect yourself from yourself. And that is where real power begins. Because once you build even a small fortress, everything changes. Your confidence shifts, your decisions improve, your stress disappears. You walk differently, you think differently, you live differently. You are no longer desperate, and desperation is what keeps most people trapped. Now comes the final shift, the identity shift. You are no longer the one being hunted. You are the one in control, the one who prepares, the one who plans, the one who doesn't panic, because you build something most people never will: stability. And from stability comes freedom. Freedom to walk away, freedom to say no, freedom to choose your life, and most importantly, freedom from fear. Because in the end, this was never about money. It was about control. Control over your time, control over your decisions, control over your future. So ask yourself one final question. Are you still walking the tightrope, hoping nothing goes wrong? Or are you finally ready to build something that can't be broken? The choice is yours, but remember this: the storm is coming. It always does. And when it arrives, only one thing will matter. Did you build the fortress, or did you ignore the warning? Start today, lay the first brick, and don't stop, because your future self is counting on you. And here's the part most people ignore. Building a fortress isn't just about money, it's about identity. Because the moment you start saving, even a little, you become someone different. You become someone who thinks ahead, someone who prepares, someone who refuses to be controlled. And that change is more powerful than any amount of money. Because once you prove to yourself that you can delay gratification, that you can stay disciplined, that you can choose your future over your impulses, you unlock something most people never will: control. And control is the real definition of wealth. Not the cars, not the watches, not the lifestyle, but the ability to say, "I'll be fine," no matter what happens. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for more money. Don't wait for life to calm down. Start now. Start small, but start. Because the difference between people who survive and people who struggle isn't luck, it's preparation. And one day, when life tries to test you, you won't panic. You won't break. You'll be ready. And in that moment, you'll realize something powerful. You didn't just save money, you saved yourself.